So welcome back from the break, everybody. Thank you for being on time. So this next piece that I want to go over with you that we're going to spend the rest of the day on is extremely important. It's what we call the backbone of the entire workshop. During this piece, we are going to figure out what our way of survival is. And our way of survival is how we survive, cope, fix all the things that are in front of the spirit of who we truly are. So we've gone over this model. Now we're going to help you figure out your way of survival so that you are able to see what's in front of the spirit of who you are. So this next piece we're going to do is going to set up our notebooks. So I want you to take 2 clean pages, open it up to 2 clean pages, and on the first page, at the top of the page, I want you to write event or what happened, and I want you to draw a circle below it. So event, what happened. On the next page, right beside it, I want you to write interpretation or what I said. And then I want you to open to the next 2 clean pages. And on this one here, you're going to write at the top of the page, decision belief with your circle. And on the 4th page, blank page, at the top, you're going to write way of survival with another circle. So what we've just set up in our books was 4 circles, and it's these 4 circles. So this is the piece that I said is extremely important. We're going to go over that together. So now we are going to go through the activity together here. We're going to show you how we are going to find our way of survival. So together we are going to brainstorm some events that may have happened to you as a child between the ages, significant events that happened to you as a child between the ages of 6 and 12. So we're going to come up with a bunch of things, and I'll go around and just shout them out. So we have bullied, abused. So we have many forms of abuse. Do we want to be specific on abuse? Okay, so we're going to use sexual abuse, witness violence, removed from the home, yep. What else? Death, yeah. Physical abuse, yeah. Yeah, keep sending the examples. So now that we have this board filled up with all these different examples of things that we may have gone through as a child, together we are going to pick one of these events. So when we pick one of these events, we want it to be something that we could all relate to. So for this activity, I've heard a couple of you give out the example of sexual abuse. Are you okay if we were to use this example as an event that happened to us as a child? Some of us may not have been sexually abused, but we know of people who have been sexually abused or have been affected by sexual abuse. So everybody's in agreement, that's what we're going to use. Okay, so now we are going to add that to our event. So on here, we're going to write the event that happened. But not only the event, we want to identify who did it happen to. So is it a girl or boy? Girl, okay. And let's give her a name. I'm gonna give her Tammy. And how old was Tammy when this happened to her? Okay. So Tammy was 8 years old. So now that we've gone through this together, I want you to go back to your books, and I want you to choose your own event of what happened. So choose your event, decide which event you're going to choose, and then write down the age that it has happened to you. Okay? So now that I've gone around the room, everybody has chosen their own event. So now we are going to go through this next piece here, which is called the interpretation or the 6 questions. So we're going to take a quick 15-minute break. Please come back on time. So thank you everybody for returning on time. So now I am going to go through the 6 questions with you. So these questions that we're going to go through, we have to remember that this is all based on this event. So the first piece we're going to go through is what is called feelings. So I want you to give me some examples of feelings you may have had or feelings you have attached to this event. Okay? So what did you feel when that happened? Okay. Scared, hurt, just keep yelling out the examples. Shameful, confused, sad, dirty, so what other feelings did you have? Alone, yeah. Anything else you want to add to that? So to Tammy at 8 years old. Okay. So now I want you to do your own feelings piece in your book. So you wrote the circle interpretation, what I said. I want you to open the book to that page. You've already chosen your event that happened. And before you start, I want you to remember that you need to save enough room because we do have 6 questions here to fill up in this whole space. So this is the first part, feelings. So I'll give you a few minutes to complete yours before we move on to the next one. Okay, so this next piece is called thoughts. So what were some of the thoughts you were having about the event? You know, thoughts may have been questions or about the event. The thoughts could be the wondering, why me? So now we're gonna write down the thoughts that you may have had based on this event, at this event, or attached to this event. Okay. So yeah, I heard you say earlier, why me? Am I alone? Does anyone love me? Where are my parents? What other thoughts could you have had around that event? Yeah, so why am I not protected? What other thoughts? So what other thoughts you felt? Alone? Why me? Does anyone love me? Where are my parents? Why am I not protected? Does anyone know? Okay. So now that we've done that section, I want you to go to your books and the same thing. So write down thoughts in one section, and I want you to write down the thoughts you had based on your own event that you have in your book. So I'll just go around the room and help you. If you feel like you're stuck, let me know. But if you're done, let me know as well. Okay, so this next section now, so we have the 2 questions. The next one here is we call it about self. So in here, there will be things, so based on this event, we will start to say, so we had feelings, we had thoughts, now we have things that we start to say about ourselves based on that event. So for example, we might say about ourselves is that nobody loves me. You might say that I deserve this. What are other examples you might say about yourself based on that event? Yeah, so you might have blamed yourself, so I'm to blame. I caused this and deserve this are different but similar. Why me? So I'm unloved. Yep, so I am weak. Yeah, I'm alone. Okay, so those are some of the questions that you, or some of the thoughts you might have about yourself based on that event. Okay, so now in your own books, go over your own piece here based on your own event. Let me know if you need any help. Okay, so now we're going to this next piece. This next question is, so about others. So the event happened, we had feelings around the event, and then we also had some thoughts based on the event. You know, you might have had thoughts. Now you're having these, start asking yourself these questions about yourself, or do you have these thoughts about yourself? So what were some of the thoughts or feelings you had about others? Okay. No one cares. They don't love me. I can't trust them. What else? So you might have said that they are scary, mean. What other thoughts or questions did you have about others? Yep, can't be trusted. Yep. Okay. So same thing. Now I want you to go into your book and write down your ideas on what you thought about others based on your own event. Okay, so now that everybody's done, this next piece for you, the fifth question is, it is what I needed to do. So based on the event, based on your feelings, thoughts you had about self and others, what did you decide then that you needed to do? So give me some examples. So because that happened, you know, now you feel like you needed to protect yourself, you needed to be good. What else? I needed to fight back, yep. What else did you need to do? Yep, to tell parents or other adults. What else? Yep, not trust. Isolate. Be good. You need to isolate. What else did you need to do? Yep, which is withdraw. It's kind of like isolate. Yeah, run away. Couple more things there, let me know. Be tough. Fight back. Oh, we have fight there. I'll just write it again. Okay, so back to your books, and this is the 5th one, so we have one more after this. One more question. And I'm just gonna pull up a chair. So this, everybody's done? Okay, so this last question is, what you said or thought life was going to be like? Sorry, just need one color here. So based on the event, your feelings, thoughts about yourself, about others, what you needed to do, now you had a thought or an idea of what life was going to be like. So again, give me some examples of what you thought life was going to be. Yeah, so that's a good example. So I can trust people. Yeah, so life is hard. What else? Yep. So hard, lonely. That life was going to be sad, scary. Life was going to be tough. Rough. Beautiful. What else? Yep. So you might feel like life is going to, because of that one event, you might now feel like, you know, life is always going to be hard, lonely, sad, scary, or that you might always, I need to be vigilant. Life was going to be dangerous. And life was going to be, what else? Life was going to be, one more example. Yep. Okay, so you thought you were going to be alone in life. Okay, so there's the event, an interpretation, or what you said based on that event. So now that we've finished our 6 questions, we're going to take a lunch break. We'll meet back here at 1 o'clock, and then we're going to go over our decision, belief, and way of survival. Welcome back from lunch. Thank you for being on time. So now we are going to go over our decision and belief. And how we come to a decision and belief is based on these 2 circles here. So we have an event. We went over this event together today. It's the sexual abuse. Tammy, she was 8 years old, and because of that event, she had feelings of being scared, hurt. She had shame. She was confused. She felt sad, dirty, and alone. And then she had these thoughts based on the event. Why me? Am I alone? Does anyone love me? Where are my parents? Why am I not protected? Does anyone know? So those were the kind of thoughts she had. Now she then went into about herself, that nobody loves her, that she deserved it, that she's to blame. I caused this. Why me? I'm unloved. I'm weak. I'm alone. Now she starts to have thoughts about others. So because of her event, she believes that no one cares. They don't love me. I can't trust them. They're scary, mean, and they just can't be trusted. Nobody can be trusted. And now she had thoughts of what she needed to do. So she needed to protect myself, to be good. I need to fight back, to tell parents or adults, to not trust, to isolate, to withdraw, to run away, to be tough and fight back. Now she had these thoughts about life. that she can't trust people. Life is hard, lonely, sad, scary, tough, rough, painful. I need to be vigilant. Life is dangerous, and I'm alone. Okay? So the way we come to our decision and belief is based on our interpretation of what I said. So usually you will find your decision and belief in here, down below in question 5 and 6. So when we look there, to look at decision and belief might be with this no trust, she might be I can't trust. So she's saying she needs to be vigilant. I can't trust people, no trust, it's dangerous, alone. So based on that, her decision and belief based on this event might be wrong marker. So as you can see, her event, she has all this interpretations or what she's told herself, and she comes up with this belief, this decision based on this event, based on all these. And she's come up with, I can't trust. Okay. So our decision and belief is what we consider it true, even though it's an interpretation based on our event. So our decision and belief is this piece here, I can't trust. It's what's in front of the spirit of who we are. We put that up there and we start to live our way through this. So I can't trust people based on this event that happened 40, 30 plus years ago. So because this is what we choose as our decision and belief, now I want you to go back to your own event interpretation and really look at it, and I want you to come up with your own decision and belief. We've passed out some name tags. Let me know when you have your decision or belief, or if you need some clarification, and I'll come around and help you. Okay, so now that everybody has their decision belief on your name tag, we are going to look at the way of survival. So what is our way of survival? So some clues of how we are going to find our way of survival are, you could look in here and find it based on, is there a theme running through there? Is it persistent? It's a complaint? Or it's present in all your experiences in life? So Tammy's way of survival, her decision and belief is I can't trust. So now her way of survival, based on her decision and belief, might be Let's just look through here. You know, she was hurt. That's how she felt, along with those other feelings. She then thought that, am I alone? Why am I not protected? Nobody loves me. I'm alone. About others, I can't trust them. What I needed to do, not trust. And she felt that life was going to be where she couldn't trust people in life. So you see the theme of that trust or not trusting. So her way of survival, when she can't trust anybody, you know, she might want to, what do you do to try and protect yourself? Yep. So we're just gonna write some examples down here. Wall. Yep. Isolate. Withdraw. Yeah, so those are 4 examples of ways of survival, and they all fit for Tammy. But which one do you think we should use based on her decision and belief? If she believes that she can't trust people, how is she going to survive? Which of these do you think? Yep, okay, so we are going to go with wall. So Tammy's way of survival is being a wall. So as soon as people come around, you know, those walls come up. She doesn't want to get to know people. She doesn't trust people. So you can see how, even going backwards, how the wall is connected to I can't trust, back to how life was going to be. I needed to do others, self, thoughts, feelings based on this event. Okay? So now that everybody has seen the process, I want you to go into your own books and pick your way of survival, what you think your way of survival is based on your decision and belief that you already have on your name tag. And remember, it is based on your own event. So now this next piece we're going to do is what we call the walkabout. So now that everybody has their name tag with your way of survival, I want everybody to get up. We're going to go around the room and you're going to introduce yourself or your way of survival to everybody else in the room. And I want you to, you know, just talk about how you use this way of survival. Okay, I'll give you guys 7 minutes. So now that everybody's completed their walkabout, I just want to have a little debrief on how that was for you. So how did you see your way of survival impacting your life? Yeah, so you could see how building a wall keeps people away, and people that are not, you know, what you told yourself about others. There are people that care, that love you. So now we are going to go into this next piece, It's called collapsing the wheel, collapsing and real and not real. So, did this happen? Is this real? Yeah. What about this stuff? All these feelings and thoughts, these 6 questions we asked. Is it real? Yeah. What if I told you that one of these are not real? So this one here, this happened, this is real. It's an event, and it's a real event. But what about this here? You know, yes, you felt scared, hurt, confused, all these feelings and thoughts. But is it real that nobody loves you? Is it real that, are you the one to blame? No. Did you cause this? No. Are you weak? No. And you're not alone. So would you say that in this whole world, no one cares? That nobody loves you? That you can't trust people? So, would you say that, yeah, you needed to isolate or withdraw or run away? No. Or do you believe that you need to be vigilant all the time, every day? Or that life was going to be painful? No. So then you could see that this is not real. These are your feelings and your thoughts based on this real event. So I want you to think about, you know, this is just one event, but when we have these different events that happen in our life, we usually go into this interpretation in what I said. So then we are not even thinking about the event, but then we start to we don't even look at the event anymore. Now we are right back into this feelings and thoughts. So this interpretation here, we call this a story. So we talked about stories, how everybody has their own story, but this here is a story and it's not real. And that's all I have.